Good job.
Yeah, it's really
All right, good evening, everyone. Here to talk to y'all tonight about collecting Indian artifacts. And, you know, this is something that I've done since I was a kid. I was always the kid that was always looking down everywhere, and I'd find stuff, and, you know, I've been fishing and hunting, and I'd just, you know, be off, and I'd find, you know, little weird shaped things laying. I didn't know what they were when I was a kid, and I threw them in a box. And, you know, the more I got older and the internet started coming out, I realized that some of the things I found were, you know, thousands of years old, and some of them were worth, you know, $200–300 a piece and had, you know, real monetary value. Well, you know, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I know where I find these things. So I started going back to these places, and, you know, I'd just be walking along, and I'd find stuff laying around, and you know, before I knew it, there's a whole community of people out there that collect, you know, artifacts, and you know, there's a lot of, you know, interesting features about them. You know, a lot of these, I mean, especially in this area, the northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, it's rich with history. I mean, you can find artifacts up to 10,000 years old. I mean, just laying out. There was a story down in Kentucky where a guy found the oldest, largest Paleolithic arrowhead ever found, and report was he sold it for $250,000. So, you know, there's stuff laying around just in this area that's, you know, could put your kids through college. And, you know, this is just stuff that I've picked up. And just to give you an idea of what makes an Indian artifact, I got some examples here. And what this is a celt. It's kind of like a hand axe, or sometimes they'd half these. And you can see it's real polished from use. I mean, they used it all the time, so it's, you know, every bit they've moved, it's real polished. But you can see it's worked, and that's what makes it different than a rock. You know, a lot of people, and, you know, since I've gotten into this, I get a lot of people that ask me about what the, you know, if this is a real Indian artifact. And I'll just give you an example here. This right here is a rock. You know, get a good look at it here. You can see, everybody would say, you know, that's got to be an Indian artifact. I mean, look, it looks like it's got lines, but this is a piece of chert that would just sat in a piece of clay or something, and the clay eroded away, and it just happened to be in this shape. But under a microscope, you can tell this is not worked by man. There's no marks, and, you know, like an arrowhead where they've sharpened it, or like the bit of that celt I showed you. But just to get started here on things to know, you know, on collecting arrowheads. You know, you got to know the laws. You know, there's a lot of laws that say that you can't dig in certain areas. You can't hunt arrowheads in any federal land, but you can hunt it on private land. So if you get the owner's permission, you know, what a lot of times I'll, you know, just find a few people that own farms in areas where I know that there's, you know, artifacts, and I'll just ask them for permission. They have no problem with it. Now you need to decide whether you're going to buy artifacts or you're going to find them. You can go out and antiquities dealers, and if you want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, then you can go out and buy all the artifacts you want. You know, another good thing getting started is to join a local club or get on an internet forum. That's another good thing to do. Now finding artifacts. Now going to people's houses, I said, you know, to get permission. Go find like plowed fields, because every time they plow a field, you're turning up a whole new, you know, set of dirt, and, you know, so you're getting all new artifacts that's kicking out every year. Creeks are another one. You get creeks, they'll erode the sides, and every year I go check the same creeks. You know, I just go once or twice at these spots, walk down them, and, you know, they shine like glitter if it's a, you know, an arrowhead. You can also dig, but that gets into a little bit more difficult laws. And but if you have permission, especially in Kentucky, you can dig and dig and dig. But, you know, a lot more manual labor goes in that. Now you can also buy artifacts, and I think buying artifacts is a fine way to do it. I don't personally do it. I'll trade them every once in a while, but there's a lot of bad activity out there as far as faking. People make fake ones. They go in their basement and make them, and they'll find ways to try to fool you and then charge you thousands of dollars. So I stay away from that, but if you want to take some time and research how to tell a fake from a real one, then that is a possibility. Last is you need to keep a log of your finds. You need to, you know, make sure that when you find something, I usually will take a picture of it in the ground before I even pick it up, and then I'll write the date where I found it. And what this does is, you know, if I ever plan on selling this, and, you know, someday I hope maybe I'll put my kid through college with it, but if I ever plan on selling it, I need to document this so that I can tell people this is not fake. You know, by meticulously documenting everything, it helps prove the provenance of where you found it and that you're not trying to pull one over on people. And you know, just in review, you know, some things just to remember. You know, you need to find out what type of collecting you're going to do. Are you going to buy, or are you going to go out and find them? You know, you need to find a place. You know, do some research about the laws. That's very important. And you know, most of all, just you know, make sure it's something you like to do and have fun doing it. And you know, it's one of those things. You know, you might get out one day and go look around, and you might find a few $1,000s laying on the ground, or you know, put your kid through college with one artifact. So, thank you.